So today's eviction story is about a tenant who is a hoarder. And the way hoarders, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not that kind of doctor, but something in their mind ties them directly to their possessions, and that's why they don't get rid of anything. And when they're separated from their possessions, it really freaks them out. And we had a tenant who was a relatively long-term tenant and then sort of descended and stopped making payments, and so the landlord wanted her out, and we conducted an eviction and got a judgment for eviction and a lockout date. And the day the sheriff went there, I got a call at about 7 o'clock in the morning that I needed to come. It wasn't just going to be the sheriff and the locksmith. And when I got there just in time to see the tenant and her boyfriend walking out, and the tenant was holding a bird cage that was about this big. And in the bird cage was a small bird, and off she went, and she walked away to her car, and the sheriff sort of shuttles them out to remove the likelihood of conflict or violence with anyone. And off she went, and then the locksmith changed the locks on the doors and gave the keys to me, and in the place I go. And I walked in there, and hopefully none of you have experienced the way that hoarders live, but I did that day. And it was floor to ceiling stacked with stuff everywhere. Old newspapers, pots and pans. There were also it was a vaulted ceiling condominium, and there were two large bird cages. They were about 4 feet across and 2 or 3 feet deep. Two of those, and in each of them was a dead bird. In the kitchen, the oven was open, and stacked in the open oven door was pots and pans stacked up to the ceiling. The bedroom, you can imagine, the place was horrible. But now that this hoarder had been separated from her items, which meant something to her, and someone else, me, was in with her items, it freaked her out. And so the person who'd been filing bankruptcy and avoiding contact to avoid eviction now starts burning up my phone, and she's calling like crazy. And so what I told her was, I'm gonna hang around here for 2 hours, and if you get back here with a guy and a U-Haul, within 2 hours, I'll give you 6 hours to get all your stuff out. And the mindset of a hoarder makes that an extraordinarily appealing offer. And the reason that really helped my client was they were going to have to either haul away and dispose of all of those items, or inventory the ones that were of particular value and conduct auctions, and it's going to be a big pain in the neck. And who wants to auction off a dead bird, really? So she came and got all of her stuff, and it took her most of the rest of the day to get rid of it, or to take it away wherever she was going. And we got possession of, instead of a disastrous hoarder's condominium, a somewhat disastrous empty condominium, which could be painted and recarpeted and released within a couple of weeks, so that it started returning capital to our client, which was the goal. The point of this story is, no matter the challenges or the hazards that an eviction brings with it sometimes, we'll get possession of your leasehold for you every time.